Kent State professor Stephanie Smith brings in a school shooting survivor to share his experience.
Feeling a mood for hunger or for something fresh? You're in luck because the Haymaker Farmers Market has made its way to Kent State's campus today.
Brimfield Township hosted a trunk or treat this past weekend. See the fun festivities up ahead.
The Senate and governor races in Pennsylvania and New York are heating up as it is getting close to Election Day. All this and more as TV2 News starts right now.
This is TV2 News.
Good evening, Portage County, and thank you for joining us on this beautiful Tuesday. I'm Kennedy Gotham.
And I'm Raygene English.
A Parkland shooting school survivor is speaking here on Kent State's campus right now.
TV2's own Matt Mergen is at the event now with more information for us. Hi, Matt.
That's right, guys. I'm reporting live outside the Taylor Hall May 4th Center where the Parkland in Perspective event is taking place. I spoke with Professor Stephanie Smith about the day's events.
Kinds of messages that Eric Garner has to share about school shootings, about media coverage, about the long aftermath of a school shooting are relevant for every student, every educator, every administrator. And so we decided to make a larger event tonight.
Garner is a teacher at Stoneman Douglas High School who showed bravery protecting his students.
He shielded over 50 students during the actual shootings. So he's going to be talking about that day and what happened, and then what happened in the aftermath when it became national media attention, when the students themselves, including David Hogg and X, became activists for gun control.
It has been almost 5 years since the shooting, but Smith believes there are still a lot of lessons to be taken away from this event.
My hope is especially for communication majors to understand the implications of media coverage and of activism when some national tragedy occurs.
Smith hopes that this will be a successful and engaging event for students.
That they will ask good questions, and by good questions I mean
Going on, and we'll end at 6:30 today. Reporting live at Taylor Hall, I'm Matt Mergen.
Good Tuesday evening, Portage County. I'm Nathan Welsh with your weather forecast. Right now in Kent, it's 69, though it feels like 73. We're right at that perfect temperature, if you know what I mean. And at that dew point at 43 degrees, that gives us humidity of 34%. And we've got winds from the south at 7 miles an hour and visibility out to 10 miles. That's right, it is a gorgeous day. If you've been outside at all, you know what I'm talking about. It was awesome. And as we look into the rest of Northeast Ohio, we can see temperatures that are also very similar. Again, low 70s, high 60s. It's perfect. It's beautiful. And as we look into the rest, we can see, again, we got mid 70s all the way up to 75 in Cincinnati, the only hot place in all of Ohio. However, we got up in Akron, Steubenville, 71. It's chilly. We're up by the lake. So as we look into tonight, we're going to see it's cloudy, and we have rain that will be starting at 5. That is in the morning. Yeah, 75. You maybe crack that window. I left mine cracked. I didn't even know. Of course, we're going to miss that sunset, though. And that is all for now, but stay tuned. I'll have your 7-day forecast and more after the break.
Well, Sex Week 2022 has begun. This year's theme is Sex Week 22. It'll make you scream.
For more on this annual Kent tradition, we turn to TV2 reporter Olivia Sharp.
Raygene, Kennedy, that is correct. Sex Week is in full swing, and KIC has tons of spooktacular events to help celebrate safe sex and sexuality.
Sex Week 2022 is here. The week-long festivities kicked off yesterday with a visit from the Condom Fairy. The annual celebration put on by the Kent Inter-Hall Council is meant to help educate Kent students about safe sex and beyond.
It promotes sexual health, sexual awareness, exposing students to different things that they may not know about their own sexualities or sexual health.
The next Sex Week event is Sex in the Dark, where Kent students can have all their questions about sex answered anonymously by experts, tonight at 7 in the Kiva. Other major events include tomorrow night's annual drag show, starring local Kent drag artists and RuPaul Drag Race star Coco Montrese.
And then we just do the drag show to promote that culture. That culture has a big presence on Kent State's campus, and we love providing our students with creative opportunities to showcase that to their peers.
The week is capped off with Sextoberfest on Friday in the Student Center at 7 p.m.
So Sextoberfest is our kind of grand finale of Sex Week, where we kind of wrap things up. All of our RECs, residential engagement councils across campus, have a booth that promotes sexual health in a fun way.
For more info on Sex Week as well as a list of all events, go to KIC's Instagram page at Kent Interhall. Reporting for TV2 News, I'm Olivia Sharp.
Haymakers Farmers Market and Kent State University partner to bring fresh produce to Kent's campus from 4 to 7 p.m. today at the Student Green. The market is typically held on Franklin Avenue every Saturday, but the organization wants to educate students on local farming and give them an opportunity to get fresh local produce.
The Clothesline Project is holding an artistic display to address the issue of sexual and relationship violence in honor of Domestic Violence Awareness Month. The display will be held in the Student Center on Wednesday, October 26th through Thursday, October 27th. Anyone may create a shirt for Clothesline Project. Allies of those affected by power-based personal violence are highly encouraged to participate and create a shirt for the displays as well.
And Starbucks will be coming to Kent State's Winter is Coming sale. Starting tomorrow, the sale will be on the Esplanade and continue until Friday, November 4th. The sale will include regular Starbucks products like different branded cups, water bottles, and certain products will be 20% off. And Adidas ended its partnership with Kanye West after his anti-Semitic comments. More details to come.
Brittany Griner's appeal was turned down. Find out why and how long she will remain in Russian prison ahead.
The College of Public Health at Kent State University prepares students for careers in some of today's most exciting health fields. Public health professionals impact lives by monitoring clinical trials, advocating for mental health, supporting active lifestyles, and more. The College of Public Health also offers open courses for any major, including its most famous course, Zombie Outbreak. Public health students can even study abroad and are encouraged to join the Public Health Student Alliance. For more information, visit kent.edu/public health. Public health, solving our problems together.
Tomorrow's news leaders.
Today's top stories.
From an award-winning student newsroom.
This is TV2 News, truly Portage County.
Trick-or-treating season is upon us, but have you heard of Trunk or Treat? Brimfield hosted their second annual Trunk or Treat event just this past weekend, full of cars with spooky decorations and candy.
So what's your favorite Halloween candy?
Chocolate.
Chocolate?
But me chocolate.
You both like chocolate? Oh, perfect.
With Halloween just days away, people are getting ready to dress up and say,
Trick or treat.
Brimfield Township hosted a Trunk or Treat spooktacular. Around 500 people attended and were able to trick or treat and see the decorated cars.
Hey, you guys need some candy? Huh?
You can have 2 pieces if you want.
Trunk or Treat was introduced last year into Brimfield.
Good job.
Which actually just ended up being a huge hit. I didn't even know it would be so successful. And a lot of people told me it's because it's such a rural area over here that they don't get a lot of trick-or-treaters.
Not only do the kids enjoy the event, community members also get a kick out of handing out candy.
Particularly, there was a lady who lived on Ranfield Road who said she was so happy to be able to have trick-or-treaters, and yeah, we've received mostly positive feedback.
Kids came with their parents and got candy, played games, and most importantly, had fun.
I love Halloween, love dressing up, the decorations, the pumpkins, everything. It's very fun. The costumes, all the kids' costumes.
Seeing everybody in the community dress up and take everything seriously.
Boo! Did I scare you? Well, if I did, make sure you check out your local cities for some more Halloween fun. Reporting for TV2 News, I'm Kennedy Gotham.
The Kent City Council approved a Medicare for All resolution today after weeks of Neomed students lobbying for the legislation. The city's Board of Health and the students first approached the council in September to lobby for Medicare for All. It involves a non-binding resolution supporting Medicare for All, which has a single-payer, government-run healthcare system with universal health care for all Americans.
Hello again and welcome back. I'm Nathan Welsh with your weather forecast. Now, looking into tonight, like I teased earlier, it's going to be cloudy and roughly around 60. So, it's just going to be a pretty calm, cool, whatever night until tomorrow, which is going to be rainy pretty much the whole time. Like I said, that rain's going to start around 5 a.m., so looking into 6, we got 79% chance rain all the way up to 81 around noon at 58 degrees. It's going to start to get a little warmer, but I wouldn't be doing anything too crazy outside. It's just going to be, a drab, rainy fall day, which I don't know, I still love to have sprinkled throughout my fall season. Speaking of which, as I look into my 7-day forecast, we can see that yes, tomorrow it is going to rain, but we got sun for the rest of the week, up to the weekend. So we got cooler than it was today, but it is still going to be sunny and it's still going to be nice. And we do have more typical fall weather ahead of us. And I've been Nathan Welsh, reminding you, Portage County, to go out and enjoy it.
Ahead of midterms, there are two candidates looking to represent Portage County when it comes to education issues. John Hannigan and Robert Fulton. Hagan wants to revisit and rework Ohio's 5-year education plan that started back in 2019 and says Ohio is taking too much control over kids' lives. Fulton says he would advocate for less standardized testing, more control given to local districts, and more funding for special education.
2 weeks from midterm elections and a number of big races are tight in Pennsylvania. It's the Senate race between Democrat John Fetterman and Republican Mehmet Oz.
In New York, it's the battle for governor between the Democratic Governor Kathy Hochul and Republican challenger Lee Zeldin. And CNN's Jessica Dean reports the candidates in both these big races will face off at tonight's debate.
A highly anticipated Senate debate in Pennsylvania is finally here. Democratic Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman and Republican nominee Mehmet Oz to face off in their first and only debate of this campaign tonight in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Fetterman, who's still recovering from a stroke he suffered in May, will use closed captioning to read the questions and answers.
I hear and I understand everything in terms of on words, on paper, and understand what I hear. But when we're talking about very specific and having things like this, we're going to need I need captioning.
Senator Amy Klobuchar appeared alongside Fetterman at that campaign event.
All of his own words will be spoken from the heart. Now, he was never a polished debater to begin with. Dr. Oz has had a show for 20-some years.
A CNN poll shows a tightening race between the two candidates, with Fetterman maintaining a very slight lead to Oz, 51% to 45%. The poll shows the economy as the number one ranked issue among Pennsylvania voters, more than double abortion, the next ranking issue. Crime ranks 5th, with only 5% of likely voters saying it's the most important issue. For Oz, who's been endorsed by former President Donald Trump, crime has been a cornerstone of his campaign.
Biggest problem I hear in Philadelphia is lawlessness.
Releasing his plan to combat crime in the state on Monday after Fetterman lambasted him for not having one. Fetterman will receive a huge push by President Joe Biden and former President Barack Obama in the final weekend before Election Day. The two will make their only scheduled campaign appearances together in Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, according to a Democratic Party official. Biden on Monday traveled to the Democratic National Committee office in Washington, D.C., and gave his closing argument to staffers.
So far, we're running against the tide, and we're beating the tide.
So far this midterm cycle, nearly 7.3 million ballots have been cast so far across 39 states, according to data from election officials and other sources. In New York, Republican candidate for governor Representative Lee Zeldin has agreed to debate Governor Kathy Hochul tonight in a race that's tightening, given growing concerns over the economy and crime.
There is a crime emergency in New York State. I have called on the governor to declare a crime emergency in New York.
Lee Zeldin saying something does not make it so. Crime has gone down under my watch.
Well, what we saw this morning was a reminder that this process has been a sham from the start. Today has been another sad day for justice in Russia. I use that term justice very loosely, of course, because justice has eluded this case from the start. The rule of law has eluded this case from the start. Increasingly, the rule of law is absent in Russia writ large. That's why we made the determination a number of months ago that Brittany Griner is wrongfully held.
Brittany Griner will stay in a Russian prison for 9 years. That's what a judge there decided today, turning down Griner's appeal for a lighter sentence. If you remember, the WNBA star was convicted of smuggling drugs into the country. Before the decision, one of Griner's lawyers said if the sentence was upheld, quote, the legal process will be basically over. But U.S. officials say they're continuing their push to get her out of Russia with a potential prisoner swap.
And Adidas announces it's concluded its partnership with rapper Kanye West, known as Ye. Adidas released a statement Tuesday saying it quote, does not tolerate anti-Semitism and any other sort of hate speech. Ye has recently drawn criticism from some recent comments, including a tweet earlier this month when he said, quote, DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. Adidas stopped production and sales of Yeezy branded products. The company says the decision will cost them about $250 million during its fourth quarter sales period.
Can the return of Mac Jones be able to lead the Patriots to a victory, or will the Chicago Bears come out victorious? Stay tuned for more later in sports.
And now, your TV2 Sports Report.
What's going on, Portage County? I'm Josh Aponte, and we got some spooky sports news for you, so let's get right into it. Well, we'll start things off here with the Kent State women's soccer team. Senior defender Tiana Harris has earned the Mid-American Conference Defense Player of the Week honors. Harris was last year's MAC Defense Player of the Year and has started a total of 63 games during her career in Kent, including 11 goals. This includes 4 game winners. Harris helped the Golden Flashes secure 2 draws against Ball State and Central Michigan over the weekend. Kent earned their 4th shutout of conference play against Ball State Thursday, thanks to the Harris-led defense. The Golden Flashes will wrap up their regular season on Thursday as they will host Buffalo. A win or a tie could secure Kent's spot in the MAC tournament, which begins on Sunday, October 31st. And for Monday Night Football, Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears took on the New England Patriots. Let's take a look at the highlights. And we'll take it right down to New England. Mac Jones is finally back from that scary ankle injury. Let's see if he's really back in shape. Justin Fields, he's going to take the snap, and he just runs it right into the end zone, and the Bears will bite first. Mac Jones, he's going to try to get something going for the Pats. He's going to scramble, and he's going to fire an interception, and that will be picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And Bill Belichick then decides he's seen enough, so it is now Zappe hour, folks. Bailey Zappe will enter the game for the Patriots. Zappe will fake the handoff, and he's going to drop back, and he will find Bailey Myers, and he is going to crawl right into the end zone. The Bears will lead 10-7. Zappe again, he will drop back, searching, and he'll fire, and that is caught by Devontae Parker. Zappe is looking like the ghost of Tom Brady out there. I don't know, folks. The Patriots are going to just walk this one right into the red zone, and that will be a touchdown, and Ramondre Stevenson will score that touchdown. Justin Fields, he'll try to strike back as he tosses it off to Joshua Bledsoe, and he's going to find a hole right in the middle of the defense, and he's going to score a touchdown. And the Bears will add to their lead here with the touchdown run by David Montgomery. And the Patriots will be dominated by the Bears 33-14. And the real question remains, Mac Jones or Bailey Zappe? Well, only Bill Belichick can answer that for you, and it is a battle of quarterbacks in New England. And the Cleveland Cavaliers will host the Orlando Magic tomorrow at 7 here in Cleveland. The Cavs will be without all-star point guard Darius Garland, who suffered an eye injury during the first game of the season against the Toronto Raptors. Instead, the Cavs will continue to start the recently acquired Donovan Mitchell, who has shined since the beginning of the regular season. Donovan Mitchell has become the first player in franchise history to open the season with back-to-back games scoring 30-plus points per game. He has also set another Cavs record by scoring 100 points through his first 3 games of a season, passing Austin Carr, who previously scored 90. And that is all I have, but make sure to follow us at TV2 KSU Sports on Twitter for any sports updates. I'm Josh Aponte, and have a safe and spooky week, Portage County.
New Marvel movie Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantum Realm released its first trailer. Your favorite actors are coming back to the big screen.
Marvel is ready to kick off Phase 5 of its cinematic universe, and it begins back in the quantum realm. The first trailer is out for Marvel's Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Paul Rudd and Evangeline Lilly return along with Michael Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer. We also get Jonathan Majors as Kang the Conqueror and a glimpse of Bill Murray. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania hits the big screen February 17th.
And for those on diets, today is a good cheat day since it's National Greasy Food Day. Take your pick: French fries, onion rings, chicken wings, burgers, fried chicken, pizza, and donuts. Yes, they're sweet, and you may forget that they're fried. It's also state fair season, so you can find plenty of greasy options at your local fairs. And remember to go back to your healthier choices on Wednesday. You can post your cheat meals with the hashtag #GreasyFoodsDay.
Well, that sounds delicious. I might have a pizza or something tonight for dinner. But let's talk about the Ant-Man and the Wasp trailer.
What do you guys think? Have you watched the trailer?
Have you seen it?
I've seen clips. I just saw it on the monitor there. I really like Ant-Man. I think he's really cool. I like that he gets big. I think that's awesome. The best movie.
Okay, out of you.
I saw the first one and I liked it. I'm not usually a fan, but it was still a good movie.
You like it too, Josh?
Oh yeah, I love me some Ant-Man.
And that's all the time we have for you today.
Thanks for joining us.
For updates on all of these stories and more, visit our website at kentwired.com.
And our social media on all platforms at Kent Wired. I'm Josh Aponte.
I've been Nathan Welsh.
And I've been Raygene English.
And I'm Kennedy Gotham. Have a great night, Portage County.